Welcome to another Ask Katrina. The question today is essentially, hey Katrina, why can I not find peace through the process of growth? Said differently, why can't I enjoy the pain through the suck, right? You can say it a multitude of ways, but ultimately what we're trying to understand is, why can I not be okay? Why am I suffering through this growth of stepping into the executive role? Why is there suffering at all? Why can't I just be okay with the process? And there are a lot of reasons for that, okay? But I'm going to give you one. I'm going to answer probably the primary reason why we suffer, we struggle, we have a tough time with growing and the growing pains that happen when we step into primarily an executive role, because that leap is so big, right? And the reason is fundamentally this: it doesn't align with your identity. The pain that you're experiencing, the growth that you're going through, doesn't align with who you say you are. Did you catch that? Think about that for a second. Are you a person that struggles? No. You're a high achiever. Are you a person that solves problems pretty quickly, figures things out, navigates things? I mean, just the way that you've navigated through your career and solved problems and moved the business forward up until this point has been almost effortless, right? And so the identity that you have of yourself is you're a high achiever. You do solve problems quickly. You don't fail. Things come naturally to you. You don't let people see you sweat, right? And so there's a multitude more. You could probably grab a pen and a paper and write down all of the things, all the attributes that you use to define who you are, especially as a professional, right? Or as an executive, rather. Maybe that's a great exercise for you to tackle. What are the key attributes? Who do you say that you are? What are the key words and phrases that define you in your career? Because what I'm going to tell you that happens over and over and over again is that we have this list of things that we use to define ourselves, these characteristics. And when we step in and we take this leap into the executive space, those characteristics, those attributes, those definitions of who we are, our identity, ourselves, doesn't really match, because we constantly feel like we're failing. We constantly feel like we're being stretched. We're not showing up and easily solving problems. It's not as easy. It's not as effortless. It's work. It's painful. We have fear. We're fearing that we're going to fail. We're fearing that we've made the wrong career decision. We are doubting ourselves. We're blaming ourselves that we didn't see all of these things coming. There's a lot of emotions that we're not used to dealing with. And all of those reasons are because when we look within and we say, this is who I am, it doesn't match. What we're experiencing and how we're showing up in the executive role when we first step into it doesn't match who we say we are. And it is a constant conflict. And Tony Robbins and other folks will tell you, right, that the strongest force within us as humans is the need for us to behave and be aligned with who we say we are. Strongest force. So everything that we do on a daily basis, we do to reconfirm who we say we are. And if we're showing up in a new role and we're doing things that don't match who we say we are, we're like a fish out of water. We don't get it. We're struggling and we're having such a hard time. And we start to create negative momentum. And then we spiral down. And we go into what I call the career spiral. And it's a hard place to get out of once you're in it. But it happens, and it's common, and it's regular. So if you're living in that space, number one, you're not alone. But number two, this is one of the most common reasons why we can't enjoy the pain, because it's not supposed to be painful. That's what we keep telling ourselves. The way that you solve for it is you simply say, look, I am still all of these things that I have just written down on this piece of paper. That's still me. But I'm growing into an even better me. And so as I'm growing and becoming an even better me, there are going to be experiences that I have that are painful, that may feel like I'm failing, that are causing me to stretch and grow. But the other part of my identity is the fact that I grow through failure. I am a growth person. I have a growth mindset, right? I approach things with an open mind and a willingness to grow through them. And because those pieces of my identity are stronger than the fear of failing, I'm going to push myself through. And so it just starts with understanding who we say we are, acknowledging that we're not pulling forth all the components of who we are, and then letting ourselves just enjoy the flex and the growth and the pain, and knowing that, again, that portion of us, the enjoyment of that, is truly who we are at our cores. And we can't deny that. And we can't say we're only this, we're only that. No, we're all of these things. We're a combination of those things. And because we're a combination of those things, it's okay to move through this and not have so much angst or pain or doubt or blame or shame or all of those negative emotions, because you're going to get through it. Number one. Number two, you're going to be better for it. Number three, all of these things still align with who you are. Okay. As always, go and be legendary.